Hello and welcome to Easy English Official. I'm very happy you are here today. We all have a past. Some memories make us smile, while some memories hurt. But one thing is true, the past is gone. You cannot change it, and holding on will only slow you down. This video is made for people who want to learn English. It is easy to follow and good for practice. Today, you will listen to a simple and powerful story about life, letting go and moving forward. It is about freedom, freeing your mind from the past, forgiving yourself and others, and living light. As you watch, follow the words on the screen. You can hear the right pronunciation and see how sentences are made. If you don't know a word, pause and listen again. Step by step, you will learn English and also learn how to live with peace in your heart. Today, you will see how small choices create a big change. Let's begin this journey together and enjoy learning English. Chapter 1. Let it go. Letting go is not about forgetting what happened. It's about freeing yourself from what no longer serves you. The pain, the regret, and the memories may stay in your story, but they don't have to control your next chapter. Every time you replay the hurt, you give it new life inside your heart. The first step to peace is deciding that you deserve to be free. When you hold on to the past, you hold yourself back from the future. You cannot walk forward while looking behind you, and you cannot see new light with your eyes closed to what's ahead. The world moves on even when we don't, and the longer we stay stuck, the heavier life feels. Letting go is the key that unlocks the door to your next beginning. There is a reason the rearview mirror in a car is small and the windshield is large. Where you are going is much more important than where you have been. You can't drive safely while staring at what's behind you. You must look ahead, trust the road, and move forward with courage. Every person carries memories that shaped who they are, but those memories are not meant to be cages. They are lessons, not life sentences. You can visit your past for wisdom, but you cannot live there forever. The longer you stay, the harder it becomes to leave. Letting go is not weakness, it is power. It takes strength to release what once felt like everything. It takes bravery to say, I deserve better than my pain. Every moment you hold on, you give your past power over your peace. When you finally release it, you win your freedom back. Sometimes people confuse letting go with giving up, but they are not the same. Giving up is surrendering to pain, while letting go is surrendering to peace. It means you stop fighting battles that no longer exist. It means you make space for happiness to enter again. The things that hurt you once do not deserve to hurt you twice. Every time you relive the pain, you reopen the wound. Letting go is like taking your hand off a burning flame. The fire was real, but you don't have to keep touching it. When you let go, you give yourself permission to heal. Healing does not mean you forget. It means you stop bleeding. It means you can think of the past without feeling trapped by it. That is true freedom. Not the absence of memory, but the absence of control it has over you. You might think holding on makes you strong, but sometimes the opposite is true. Real strength is in knowing when to let go. You can't lift your dreams if your hands are full of yesterday's pain. Empty them, and new blessings will come. Many people live their entire lives inside stories that ended years ago. They keep replaying conversations, mistakes, and heartbreaks. But no one can move forward if they are stuck in a scene that has already ended. You deserve a new story, one that begins today. The past is a teacher, not a home. Learn from it, thank it, and then leave it behind. You cannot change what happened, but you can change what happens next. Each sunrise is a new chance to write a better ending. When you let go of the people who hurt you, you don't lose them. You lose the pain they gave you. You stop allowing them to rent space in your mind. You start to take your peace back, one breath at a time. The moment you let go, you make space for something better. You cannot receive new blessings if your hands are full of old burdens. When you release the weight of yesterday, you rise higher today. Letting go is not a one-time act. It's a daily choice. Some mornings, you'll wake up missing what broke you. That's okay. Healing is not forgetting. It's remembering with peace instead of pain. Forgive not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. You free yourself the moment you choose to forgive. It takes courage to let go of someone you once loved deeply. But keeping them in your heart while they are no longer in your life only steals your future. Set them free with love, and set yourself free too. Every time you let something go, you prove to yourself that your heart is stronger than your hurt. You begin to realize that peace is more valuable than pride. That peace becomes your greatest power. Sometimes you must let go of dreams that didn't work out. It doesn't mean you failed. It means you're making room for better ones. Life rarely goes as planned, but that's what makes it beautiful. The past will whisper, "Remember me," but you must answer, "I already learned from you." Every time you reply that way, you take one step further into freedom. Letting go is not about escaping reality, it's about accepting it. Acceptance is the bridge between pain and peace. Once you cross it, you stop asking why and start saying, "What's next?" You can't change what they did, but you can change how long you let it hurt you. Every second you stay angry is a second stolen from your happiness. Reclaim your time, reclaim your peace. The most beautiful souls are not those who never broke. They are the ones who learned how to rebuild. Letting go gives you the strength to rebuild yourself. Wiser, calmer, freer. Your past is a chapter, not the whole book. The story continues, and the best pages haven't been written yet. Don't close your book because of one bad chapter. Turn the page. Every day, remind yourself, you deserve peace more than you deserve pain. You deserve freedom more than you deserve memories. You deserve to move on. And one day, you'll wake up and realize you're finally free. Not because you forgot the past, but because it no longer has power over your heart. That is the beauty of letting go. Chapter 2. The weight you carry. Everyone carries something invisible on their back, a bag filled with old memories, mistakes, and fears. We think we've moved on, but the weight still sits quietly on our shoulders. It follows us everywhere we go, whispering old stories that keep us small. That is the weight of the past you never chose to put down. At first, you don't even notice it's there. You grow used to the heaviness, and it becomes part of you. You start to believe that life is supposed to feel this hard. But one day, you realize the pain isn't from the world. It's from what you refuse to release. Every regret, every what if, every I should have, becomes a stone in that invisible bag. You wake up tired not because of the road ahead, but because of the memories you drag behind you. The mind becomes a traveler that never stops carrying yesterday's luggage. When you finally stop to rest, you feel the full weight pressing down. It's the weight of all the times you blamed yourself for what you couldn't control. It's the heaviness of guilt, disappointment, and unspoken words. That bag is full, not because life is cruel, but because you never emptied it. You were not born to carry so much pain. You were born to walk lightly, to breathe deeply, to laugh without fear. Yet somewhere along the way, you decided to hold everything. The hurt, the anger, the past. It's time to set it down and walk free again. The heaviest things are not the ones we touch, but the ones we think. The words you replay, the names you can't forget, the moments you can't forgive. They weigh more than any stone. You can't fly if your heart is full of gravity. Letting go of that bag is not easy. It takes courage to stop holding what feels familiar. Pain can become a comfort when it's all you've known. But comfort is not peace. Peace begins the moment you decide that you deserve lightness. You don't have to carry every story forever. Some stories were meant to teach you, not to travel with you. Take the lesson and leave the rest. You are allowed to move on without taking the pain with you. Some people carry the opinions of others as if they are chains. You keep trying to prove your worth to voices that no longer matter. The truth is, the weight of judgment is not yours to hold. You can drop it any time you choose. Others carry promises they couldn't keep. You hold on to guilt for things that are already over. But no one can walk into their future while dragging the bones of their past. Forgive yourself for not knowing better then. You do now. The longer you hold it, the heavier it becomes. The bag doesn't get lighter with time. It gets heavier with your silence. The only way to lose the weight is to open it, take a look inside, and release what doesn't belong anymore. The weight you carry doesn't prove you're strong. It only proves you've carried it too long. True strength is in putting it down and saying, "I'm done being heavy." Freedom begins where the burden ends. Sometimes the weight is made of words you never said, apologies, goodbyes, or truths you were too afraid to speak. Those unsaid words pile up in your chest until you can hardly breathe. Say them in your heart and let the air in again. We often believe that carrying pain means we care deeply. But love doesn't mean suffering. You can love someone and still let go of what hurts you. You can care and still choose peace over pressure. The weight you carry can be the faces of people who left without explanation. You keep searching for closure that never comes. The truth is, closure is not something they give you. It's something you decide for yourself. When you hold on to the past, you block the blessings that are waiting for you. The universe cannot hand you something new while your hands are full of what's gone. You must release the old to receive the new. Sometimes the weight is not from others, but from your own expectations. You thought life would go one way, and it didn't. You thought people would stay, but they didn't. It's okay. It's not your fault that the plan changed. The moment you forgive yourself for being human, you will feel lighter. Every mistake made you wiser. Every failure made you stronger. You are not broken. You are becoming whole. The weight will start to fade when you stop identifying with it. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are the person who survived it. That is your true identity. Not the hurt, but the healing. Some people will try to remind you of your old weight because they are afraid to face their own. Let them talk. Their opinions cannot chain you if you refuse to wear them. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your freedom. Imagine standing on a mountain with no bag, no burden, no noise. The air feels clean. your steps are light, and your heart is quiet. That peace has always been possible. It was only hidden under what you carried. To live freely, you must travel light. Let go of what slows you down, and hold on only to what helps you grow. You don't need to carry everything to prove your strength. You just need to keep moving forward. Every time you let go of a little pain, you make space for a little joy. You can't control what happened, but you can control how much you let it define you. Drop the stones, lift your eyes, and walk again. Your journey becomes easier when you trust that not everything needs to be carried. Some things are meant to be remembered, others are meant to be released. Wisdom is knowing the difference, and one day, you'll look back and realize that the bag you carried was never real. It was made of thoughts, fears, and memories, things that only existed in your mind. Once you let them go, you will finally feel how light life can be. Chapter 3. The Thief in Your Mind. There is a thief that lives closer than you think. It doesn't come through the door or the window, but it enters quietly through your thoughts. This thief steals your peace, your joy, and your confidence, and most of the time you don't even realize it's there. You would never invite a stranger into your home to destroy it, but you let painful memories live in your head for years. You replay old arguments, broken promises, and hurtful words again and again. That's how the thief survives, by making you believe the past is still happening. Every negative thought you feed becomes stronger. It grows like a weed in a beautiful garden. You water it with worry, you give it sunlight with fear, and soon it covers everything good inside your mind. The thief doesn't need to be powerful. It just needs your attention. Your mind is your home, and your thoughts are your guests. Some thoughts clean the space, bring light, and fill it with peace. Others throw things around, break windows, and paint everything dark. You are the landlord. You decide who stays and who leaves. Bad memories don't just visit. They settle down and decorate the rooms if you let them. They hang pictures of regret, pain, and loss on your walls. The longer they stay, the more comfortable they become. It's time to evict them. They've lived rent-free long enough. The thief in your mind often wears a familiar face. It may sound like your own voice saying, "You're not enough," or "You'll never change." It pretends to protect you by keeping you small. But in truth, it only protects your pain. Every time you doubt yourself, the thief smiles. Every time you say, "I can't," it grows stronger. But when you say, "I can," even softly, the thief begins to lose power. Confidence is the alarm that sends it running. You must guard your peace the way you guard your home. You wouldn't let anyone walk in and destroy your things. So don't let old thoughts destroy your happiness. You are the protector of your mental space. The past is sneaky. It will knock politely first. It will whisper, "Remember when you failed?" or "Remember when they left you?" If you open the door, it rushes in and sits down comfortably. You don't have to answer that knock anymore. Many people clean their houses every day but never clean their minds. They remove dust from tables but leave negativity in their thoughts. But peace needs daily cleaning too. Every morning, open the windows of your mind and let the light in. You can't stop the thief from knocking, but you can stop it from moving in. Thoughts will come and go. That's natural. But your peace depends on what you choose to entertain. Not every thought deserves your time. When you feel anxious, pause and ask, "Who just entered my mind? Is it hope, or is it fear? Is it love, or is it pain?" The answer tells you whether to let it stay or send it away. Some thieves come disguised as memories that feel real. You start thinking about what you could have done differently, what you should have said. But those thoughts don't bring healing. They bring heaviness. You can't change what happened by thinking harder about it. You might believe that holding on keeps you safe, but the truth is, it keeps you stuck. The thief in your mind wants you to live in the same story forever, but your story is meant to grow, not repeat. When you catch a negative thought, don't fight it. Watch it. The moment you become aware, it loses power. Thoughts only steal from the ones who don't notice them. Awareness is your security system. The mind is a powerful tool, but an unguarded mind becomes dangerous. It can turn blessings into burdens, joy into fear, peace into chaos. Learn to guide it gently back toward gratitude. Gratitude locks the doors that pain tries to open. If you find yourself lost in dark thoughts, turn on the light by saying thank you. Thank you for today. Thank you for still being here. Thank you for what's yet to come. The thief hates gratitude because it cannot survive in light. The people who hurt you live in your thoughts only if you let them. When you forgive, you're not saying they were right. You're saying they don't get to stay. Forgiveness is the key that throws them out of your mental home. It's okay to have bad days. Even the strongest homes need cleaning sometimes, but don't let those days turn into months. When you feel the thief returning, take a deep breath and say, "Not today." The thief loves attention, but silence starves it. You don't have to argue with negative thoughts. Just watch them come, thank them for the lesson, and let them pass. Like clouds, they can't stay forever. Your peace is too valuable to give away. Every time you allow negativity to take over, you lose a moment of joy that you can never get back. Protect your peace like treasure, because it is. Think of your mind as a sacred space. Only let thoughts enter that bring calm, kindness, and courage. Everything else can wait outside. Peace is not found. It's created by what you allow in. You can't stop every thought, but you can choose your focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. Focus on love, and love grows. Focus on fear, and fear grows. Choose wisely. Your peace depends on it. The more you train your mind, the quieter the thief becomes. Soon, its voice will fade into nothing. In that silence, you'll finally hear your own soul speaking, and it will sound like peace. And one day, you'll realize that your mind feels light again. The walls are bright, the rooms are quiet, and your heart feels at home. That is the moment you'll know. The thief is gone, and peace has moved in. Chapter 4. The Power of Forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the hardest things to do, yet it is also the most freeing. When you forgive, you are not saying what happened was right. You are saying you no longer want to suffer because of it. You take your power back when you release the pain. That is what true strength looks like. Many people hold on to anger like it's a part of their identity. They say, "I can't forgive what they did," but in truth, holding on to that pain only hurts them more. The longer you hold the fire, the more it burns your own hands. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing peace over poison. It means saying, "Yes, it happened, but it does not control me anymore." It's not about pretending it didn't hurt. It's about refusing to let that hurt define you. When you forgive, you don't free the other person. You free yourself. You free your heart from the chains of the past. You free your mind from the endless replay of what went wrong. Forgiveness is a gift you give to your own soul. Think of forgiveness like opening a window in a dark room. The air becomes fresh, the light comes in, and you can finally breathe again. It doesn't erase the scars, but it helps them heal. And healing is how you move forward. There's a misunderstanding that forgiveness is weak, but it takes great courage to let go of anger. Anyone can hold a grudge. It takes a brave heart to release it. The strong forgive not because others deserve it, but because they deserve peace. When you forgive, you stop carrying the story of pain everywhere you go. You stop introducing yourself by your wounds. You start walking lighter, speaking softer, and smiling easier. That is the quiet beauty of freedom. You may think you're punishing them by staying angry, but you're only punishing yourself. They might move on with their life while you stay stuck in the same moment. Letting go is not losing. It's winning back your peace. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. You look back and think, I should have known better. I should have done more, but you didn't know then what you know now. Forgive yourself for being human. Self-forgiveness is where real healing begins. You cannot pour love into the world if your own heart is still bleeding. When you forgive yourself, you make space for love to return. And with love, everything becomes possible again. Forgiveness is not a single moment. It's a journey. You may forgive today and feel pain again tomorrow. That's okay. Every day you choose to release a little more, you are walking closer to peace. The mind will try to bring back the old hurt, like a movie on repeat. But you can change the channel. You can choose peace instead of pain, understanding instead of anger. That choice is your power. Forgiving someone doesn't mean they should stay in your life. You can forgive from a distance. You can wish them well and still protect your peace. Boundaries and forgiveness can live together in harmony. You can forgive even when you never receive an apology. Waiting for an apology gives the other person control. Giving forgiveness without one gives the control back to you. You decide when to be free. Sometimes forgiveness is silent. You don't need to tell anyone. You just let your heart exhale and say, it's over. No anger, no revenge, just quiet release. The peace that follows is its own reward. The power of forgiveness lies in acceptance. You accept that the past cannot be changed. You stop wishing for a different ending. Instead, you begin writing a new chapter with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. It's easy to forgive when life is kind, but true power shows when you forgive through pain. Every time you do, you grow stronger, wiser, softer, not weaker. Pain teaches you to understand, but forgiveness teaches you to transcend. You might not forget what they did, but you can stop letting it poison the present. The past is like a lesson. Once you learn from it, you don't have to relive it. That's how forgiveness turns pain into wisdom. Forgiveness opens doors that revenge keeps locked. Revenge feels good for a moment, but peace lasts forever. The best revenge is moving on and becoming so happy that the past no longer matters. Sometimes you forgive not because they deserve peace, but because you do. Your heart deserves to be light. Your soul deserves to rest. You deserve to wake up without bitterness in your chest. Think of forgiveness as cleaning your heart. You take out the dust of anger and replace it with calm. You remove the clutter of resentment and fill it with compassion. Slowly, you create space for new joy to enter. Forgiveness also means understanding that people act from their own pain. Hurt people hurt people. When you see that truth, it becomes easier to release the anger. You realize their actions say more about their wounds than about your worth. Letting go doesn't mean it never mattered. It means it mattered enough for you to choose peace instead of punishment. It means you're done letting the past win. You're ready to live again. When you forgive, you step into a higher place within yourself. You rise above the noise of blame and hurt. From that place, life feels lighter, love feels stronger, and every breath feels like freedom. And one day, you'll look back and smile, not because it didn't hurt, but because it no longer does. Forgiveness didn't change what happened, but it changed you. It made you free. And that is the greatest power of all. Chapter 5. The Story of the Two Monks. Two monks were walking along a muddy road on a long journey. They walked in silence, focusing on each step, calm and peaceful. After some time, they reached a small village where rain had made the road slippery and full of mud. There, they saw a young woman standing at the edge, afraid to cross. The woman wore a long kimono that could easily get dirty in the mud. She looked at the monks with worry in her eyes. Without saying a word, the older monk smiled, lifted her gently, and carried her across to the other side. The woman bowed in gratitude, and they continued their way. For hours, the two monks walked quietly again. The sun began to set, and the air was cool and calm. But the younger monk could not stop thinking about what had happened. His mind was full of questions and judgment. "We are monks," he thought. "We are not supposed to touch women." After walking many miles, the younger monk finally broke his silence. "You shouldn't have done that," he said. "Our rules say we must not touch women. Why did you carry her?" His voice carried frustration, and his heart felt heavy. The older monk looked at him kindly and said, "Brother, I put her down hours ago." "Why are you still carrying her?" The words were soft but powerful, like a mirror showing the truth. The younger monk stopped walking and suddenly understood. The older monk had let go of the moment as soon as it passed, but the younger one had carried it in his mind the whole time. He carried the girl not on his shoulders, but in his thoughts. His silence wasn't peace, it was burden. This story reminds us how often we carry things that no longer exist. We hold on to small moments of anger, guilt, or shame for days, months, even years. The event may be gone, but we keep living inside it. Our minds replay it again and again like a broken record. Letting go doesn't mean you forget. It means you stop letting the past control your present. The monk's message is clear. Put it down when it's time. Don't carry people or pain longer than you need to. Many of us are like the younger monk. We walk forward in life, but look backward in thought. We keep old memories alive by feeding them attention. We talk about the same hurts, repeat the same stories, and wonder why we still feel heavy. Peace doesn't come from silence alone. It comes from release. You can meditate all day, but if your heart still holds grudges, you are still carrying the girl. True peace comes when you drop the emotional weight. The older monk didn't think too much. He simply saw a need and helped. Then he moved on. His peace wasn't broken because he lived in the present moment. The younger monk lived in his thoughts, and thoughts can be a prison. The mind loves to hold on to what should already be gone. It keeps revisiting old mistakes, regrets, and judgments. But you don't have to keep walking with that weight. You can stop, take a breath, and say, "I put it down now." Every moment gives you a choice, to carry or to release. The more you release, the lighter your journey becomes. Life feels easier when your mind is not heavy. You walk with peace instead of pain. Imagine your thoughts as stones in a backpack. Every anger, every regret adds another stone. Soon, the bag becomes too heavy to lift. But the moment you decide to let one go, you can breathe again. That is what letting go feels like. Lightness. The world teaches us to hold on, to fight, to prove, to defend. But wisdom teaches us to let go, to forgive, to move on, to find peace. The monks show us that wisdom is not found in words, but in freedom from the past. You can't walk far when your mind is full of weight. The road of life is already long. Why make it harder by carrying old stories? Every step you take can be lighter if you choose to leave yesterday behind. We often think strength means holding tight, but real strength is knowing when to release. The river flows because it doesn't hold the water back. The trees grow because they let go of old leaves. Nature shows us that letting go is life's way of moving forward. The older monk had peace because his heart was clear. He helped, he acted with kindness, and then he let it go. He didn't replay the moment or question himself. That's how you know you're free, when you no longer argue with what's already done. The younger monk represents our restless minds, always thinking, always judging, always replaying what could have been. But peace begins when we stop arguing with reality. When we accept what is, the mind becomes still. Forgiveness and letting go walk hand in hand. You can't truly forgive if you keep carrying the memory with pain. The moment you forgive, you drop the weight. And in that space, peace enters quietly. When someone wrongs you, you have two choices. Carry them in your heart or release them from your thoughts. One path is heavy, the other is free. The monks show us which path leads to peace. Sometimes you carry yourself, your own mistakes, your own shame. But remember, you can put yourself down too. You can forgive yourself for not knowing better before. You can be gentle with your past self. Life becomes lighter when you stop carrying what's already gone. Every step forward becomes a gift. The road feels softer, the air feels fresher, and the heart finally breathes. That is what freedom feels like. The lesson of the two monks is simple but deep. Put it down. Put down the anger, the guilt, the resentment, the fear. Carry only love, only kindness, only peace. That's the load you are meant to bear. And when you finally learn to walk without the weight, you'll realize the journey itself is beautiful. The road didn't change, you did. You stopped carrying what was never meant to be yours forever. So next time your mind holds on to something, remember the two monks. One carried the girl for a moment, the other carried her for miles. Which one do you want to be? And with that choice, peace begins. Chapter 6. Stop blaming. Start living. Blame feels easy. It makes you believe you've explained your pain. It gives you someone to point at, someone to hold responsible. But blame doesn't heal you. It only keeps the wound open. The more you blame, the longer you bleed. When you keep blaming others, you hand them your power. You let their actions control your emotions long after they've moved on. They stop thinking about you, but you keep thinking about them. You become a prisoner of your own anger. Blame is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to get sick. It eats your joy slowly, one thought at a time. It doesn't punish the one who hurt you. It punishes you for not letting go. You can blame people for what they did, but not for what you didn't do. They might have broken something, But it's your choice whether you rebuild it or live in the ruins. Taking responsibility is how you take your power back. When you stop blaming, you stop waiting. You stop waiting for them to apologize, to fix it, or to understand. You realize you can heal yourself without their permission. Freedom begins the moment you stop waiting. Blaming feels comfortable because it keeps you in the past. But comfort isn't the same as peace. Peace requires courage. The courage to move on, to stop replaying the old story, and to start writing a new one. You can't begin a new chapter if you keep rereading the old one. Every time you go back to your pain, you relive it. You become stuck between yesterday and tomorrow. Letting go of blame is how you finally step into today. The truth is, life isn't fair. People will hurt you. Things will fall apart. But blaming won't rebuild what's broken. What rebuilds your life is acceptance, effort, and the decision to rise again. Some people hold on to blame because it gives them identity. I am the one who was hurt, they say. But you are more than that. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to become next. When you blame less, you see more. You start noticing beauty again. You start smiling without reason. The world begins to look new because your heart is no longer covered in resentment. The mind loves to find someone to blame: parents, partners, teachers, life itself. But at the end of the day, the only person who can change your story is you. And change begins where blame ends. Think about it. Every second you spend blaming is a second you could have spent healing. Every minute you hold anger is a minute you could have spent creating joy. You can't grow while holding on to resentment. Blame gives you a reason to stay the same. It says, "It's not my fault," and that becomes your excuse not to act. But responsibility gives you freedom. It says, "It happened, but I can rise anyway." There's strength in saying, "It hurt, but I'm moving on." You're not ignoring the pain. You're choosing not to live inside it anymore. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Every challenge teaches something. Even betrayal teaches strength. Even heartbreak teaches courage. So instead of blaming, bless the lesson. You learned, you grew, you survived. That's what matters. You can bless the person who hurt you, not because they deserve kindness, but because you deserve peace. Blessing them is not for them. It's for you. It ends the cycle of pain and lets healing begin. Imagine your life as a garden. Blame is the weed that keeps growing if you feed it with anger. But gratitude is the flower that grows when you water it with hope. You decide which one to nurture. When you stop blaming, you create space for peace. Your heart becomes lighter, your thoughts become softer, and your days become brighter. The world doesn't change, your eyes do. Sometimes you have to say, "They did wrong, but I won't carry it anymore." That sentence is power. It's you choosing peace over pain. It's you stepping into your own story again. The past will always whisper. It will say, "Remember what they did?" But you can answer, "Yes, I remember, and I'm grateful for what it taught me." That's how you win without revenge. Don't wait for an apology that may never come. Don't expect understanding from those who cannot see your heart. Forgive silently, move forward loudly, and live freely. That is your revenge. You deserve a life that's not defined by what others did. You deserve mornings that start with calm, not bitterness. You deserve to smile without reason, just because you're free. The moment you stop blaming, you start living. You begin to see how much power you always had. You realize that the story isn't over, It's just turning a new page, and this chapter is yours to write. So blame them for what they did. Yes, acknowledge it. But bless them for making you stronger, wiser, and kinder. Every pain made you who you are. Every scar tells a story of survival. And as you move forward, remember this. The best revenge is no revenge. The best closure is peace. The best answer is happiness. So stop blaming and start living. Chapter 7. Be happy now. Happiness is not waiting for the perfect moment. It is found in the little things around you. The morning sun, the smell of rain, a kind word from a friend. All of these can make your heart lighter if you notice them. Your ego always says, I will be happy when everything is right. It waits for a promotion, a relationship, a perfect day. But life is never perfect. Waiting for perfection only delays joy. Your soul whispers a different truth. Be happy now. It asks you to smile despite challenges, to laugh even when the day is hard, and to find beauty where others see only difficulty. Happiness is a choice, not a reward. You can smile even when it rains. You can find joy in cooking a simple meal, walking in the park, or listening to music. Small moments, when noticed, become the foundation of a joyful life. Sometimes you look outside for reasons to be happy. You wait for the world to change, for others to act differently. But happiness comes from within. You control it. You create it. Gratitude is the bridge to happiness. When you notice what you have instead of what you lack, your heart feels full. The mind stops racing, and the soul finds peace. Even in difficult times, gratitude opens the door to joy. It is easy to think, I can't be happy because things are hard. But hardness is part of life. Happiness is not the absence of difficulty. It is the ability to see light despite darkness. Every moment you choose joy, you take a step closer to freedom. Every time you laugh instead of complain, you train your mind to see the good. Happiness grows when you feed it daily, like a small plant. Don't postpone your smile. Don't wait for a perfect house, perfect job, or perfect friends. Life is happening now. Your heart can bloom today, not someday. Even when plans fail or people disappoint you, you can choose happiness. It is not dependent on others. It is dependent on your decision to see the silver lining and focus on what is right. Happiness is not selfish. When you are happy, it touches everyone around you. Your joy spreads to your family, friends, and even strangers. Happiness is contagious, and you are the source. You can train your mind to see the good in everything. Look at a problem and ask, what can I learn? Look at a conflict and ask, what can I change in myself? This mindset creates joy even in challenges. Some days happiness feels small. That's okay. Notice the small wins. A cup of tea, a message from a friend, a song you love. Happiness is not always big. Often it is simple and quiet. Life is full of moments. Don't waste them waiting for conditions that may never come. Smile at the sun, feel the breeze, or just take a deep breath. Happiness lives in the present. You cannot buy happiness with money or success. These can create comfort, but true happiness is inside you. It grows when you appreciate, when you forgive, and when you love yourself. Your mind wants more, better, faster. Your soul wants peace, joy, and simplicity. Listen to your soul. Be happy now, and life will feel perfect, even if circumstances are not. Happiness is not ignoring problems. It is facing them lightly, without letting them weigh you down. It is solving what you can and accepting what you cannot. This is the balance of joy. Find joy in small things. Notice a flower, a kind word, a warm cup of tea. These little sparks create a fire inside your heart. Feed them daily, and happiness will grow. Even when life is unfair, you can smile. Life does not need to be perfect to feel good. Your heart decides whether the day is beautiful or heavy. Choose beauty. Happiness is a practice, not a destination. It requires effort, awareness, and a gentle heart. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Soon, smiling will be your default. Let go of waiting for validation, approval, or the perfect conditions. Happiness is not given by others. It is taken by you. Choose it every morning, every hour, every moment. Being happy now does not ignore reality. It faces reality with hope and courage. It accepts the truth but chooses to see joy anyway. This is the power of a happy mind. Laugh when you can, dance when you can, sing when you can. Life is too short to postpone joy. Even small acts of happiness create waves that spread beyond yourself. Look for the good in every day. Even in challenges, ask, "What is beautiful here?" Your heart will shift, your mind will clear, and your spirit will feel light. Happiness is not dependent on others. It does not wait for permission. It does not demand a perfect environment. It grows when you water it inside yourself. Even on dark days, you can find a spark. Even in silence, you can hear joy. Even in sadness, you can feel love. Happiness is your choice, your daily practice, your freedom. And when you choose happiness now, you live fully, you breathe fully, you laugh fully, you love fully. Your life feels perfect, not because it is, but because your heart knows how to be happy anyway. Chapter 8. Your future deserves peace. Your past is not your future. Every mistake, every heartbreak, every regret belongs to yesterday. You can remember it, learn from it, but you don't have to live there. Your future is waiting, bright and full of possibilities. Don't cheat your future with old grudges. Holding on to anger or sadness only slows you down. You carry invisible chains from the past, and each one weighs you down from stepping into what's next. Commit to your future. Decide today that you will live in peace, not pain. Your heart deserves space to grow, your mind deserves room to dream, and your soul deserves calm. The past cannot take that away unless you let it. Take a deep breath and release what no longer serves you. Let go of what hurts, what angers, what holds you back. Imagine yourself lighter, freer, walking into a future full of light. Life has lessons for you, but it does not need to punish you forever. Each moment you carry resentment, you miss a chance to smile, to love, to enjoy the present. Free yourself from what is over. Every morning is a new page. Don't start it with old arguments, old pain, or old fear. Begin with hope, courage, and the intention to create something beautiful. Your future deserves nothing less. You cannot rewrite the past, but you can shape tomorrow. Small choices matter. A kind word, a step forward, a forgiving thought. Each one builds a better life. Peace grows from these tiny seeds. Your future is not just about success or wealth. It is about calmness, joy, and the freedom to be yourself. You cannot take these gifts with you if your hands are full of past burdens. Let them go. The past may call out to you. Remember this? Remember that? It may whisper regrets and what ifs, but you are stronger than those whispers. You have the power to say, "Not today. My future is waiting." It is easy to replay old stories in your mind, but each replay steals your energy and steals your present. The more you practice letting go, the easier it becomes to focus on what matters. Your next step. Forgive yourself for mistakes. Forgive others for hurting you. Forgiveness is not for them. It is for your peace. When you forgive, you open space for happiness and growth in your future. Your future will be beautiful if you let it. But beauty comes from choice, from patience, from learning to release. Each act of letting go builds a path toward calm, love, and clarity. Life will always have storms, but peace is your anchor. You cannot control every wave, but you can adjust your sails. By choosing to let go, you steer toward calm waters. You are not defined by yesterday. Your strength is measured by how quickly you rise, how gently you forgive, and how bravely you move on. Each step forward is a victory over the past. When you carry old pain, you carry weight that slows you down. When you release it, you move faster, lighter, and freer. Your energy goes toward creation, not resentment. Don't wait for everything to be perfect to feel calm. Calm is a choice. Peace is not waiting for external approval. It is found when you let go inside yourself. Your dreams, your goals, your happiness all require freedom. You cannot plant seeds in soil full of rocks. Clear your mind, clear your heart, and make room for growth. Every breath is an opportunity to release. Every thought is a choice, to dwell on the past or to focus on what is next. Peace begins the moment you choose it. You deserve mornings without regret. You deserve evenings without worry. You deserve a life that feels gentle, bright, and full of possibility. That is the gift of letting go. The past may still linger, but it cannot control your future unless you give it permission. Step forward with courage, hope, and love, leaving behind what was over long ago. Life moves quickly. Don't let your past hold the reins. Your future is waiting to be created, one intentional choice at a time. Peace in your heart is the compass. You may stumble, but falling does not mean failing. Each time you rise without holding grudges, you practice freedom. Each step forward strengthens your soul and brightens your path. Visualize a future that feels light, calm, and full of possibility. Breathe into it. Believe in it. Know that it is yours if you are willing to release yesterday. The best is still coming. Your heart has not run out of hope. Your soul has not run out of courage. And your mind has not run out of creativity. Let go and welcome what's next. Let your past be a teacher, not a jailer. Learn from mistakes, honor lessons, and then release them. Your peace today shapes the happiness you experience tomorrow. Take one final breath and let go completely. The weight is off your shoulders, your heart is open, your mind is free. Your future is waiting, ready to be filled with everything you hope for. And remember, you are the author of your life. Every choice, every release, every step toward peace is yours to make. Your future deserves peace, now and always. Thank you for watching Easy English Official. Today, choose peace over pain. Choose growth over guilt. Choose freedom over fear. Let it go. Move forward. Remember, the best revenge is living your best life. Your future is waiting, and it can be bright if you let go of the past. Take a deep breath, forgive, and embrace what comes next. Keep learning. Keep growing. Practice your English every day. Each small step makes you stronger, more confident, and closer to your dreams. Your new beginning starts today. Carry peace in your heart, joy in your mind, and courage in your actions. You are ready. Thank you for being here, and see you in the next lesson.